right, on your whiteboards, let's go ahead and answer the first one. We'll review the supply stuff. Which of these best describes a supply curve? A, B, C, or D? Write it down.
There you go.
Good. Almost all of these. It always rises from left to right.
Can you kick that to me?
We had a couple answers that were, it always falls from left to right, so let's talk about that real quick. Remember what we started doing? We did demand first. Demand real quick is this. There's your demand curve. It goes down. Demand curves go down. And what it says is at $1, the quantity demanded would be 100. But if they raise the price to $3, obviously what happens? The quantity demanded will go down to 50. That's our demand curve. That's what we've been doing. And then yesterday we moved into supply. All right? And we said supply curves go the opposite direction. All right? They go this way. Why? For instance, does anybody here want to own their own business? What do you want to do?
Maybe something with computers.
Something with computers. Let's say you're going to sell computers. If people could come into your store and computers were free, this is how much they cost. They could walk in, take a computer, and go. How many computers would you buy to put on your shelf? None. Zero. So you'd supply zero. And as the price goes up, $400, you'll supply more computers. Right? And if they go up even higher, you might clear more shelf space, and there's your supply curve. All right, we'll go over that one more time. But that's the supply curve. All right? And yesterday we defined the law of supply. It's the opposite of the law of demand. Law of demand says when the price goes up, people buy less. Price goes up, quantity demanded goes down. Law of supply is the opposite. When the price goes up, producers will supply more. That's why the curve goes that direction. All right? That is a little bit of a confusing concept, so let's show it to you one more way. All right? Let's talk about oil rigs. All right? First of all, gas prices are low, aren't they?
Pretty low.
Yeah.
All right? Compared to what they were last year. You know why?
Because aren't they buying them cheaper?
Huh? Because they're making more oil because they've come up with a system called fracking. And now they found a big pocket in the Midwest, and they go down, they pump some fluid in there, create a little explosion, get all kinds of oil, and now we make more oil than any other country out there. All right? We're mass producing oil. That's why prices are low. We'll get to that next week. All right? But let's take a look at these oil rigs for a minute. All right? Now you got to follow me on this. It's a good example, but you got to follow me. This, you own these, and that's your best one. That's number one. That's your best oil rig. That's number two. That's number three. Why are they that way? Number one, the oil's right here. It's close. Right? The ground is soft. Here, it's a little bit deeper and the ground's a little harder. This oil rig, all the way down here. So you got to drill all the way down there. You got to drill all the way down there. You got to drill all the way down there. Okay? So this is your best one, your second best, and your third best. All right? And when it comes time to hire people, let's say you're going to turn this one on. You're going to hire somebody. You interview 1,000 people, right? And out of those 1,000 people, you find the best oil rig worker. There he is. All right? That's your best oil rig worker. Each one of these oil rigs can make 1,000 gallons of oil. You with me? You got three. Each one can make 1,000. If you turn this one on, since it's your best one, here's your best employee. You can pull the oil out of the ground for $1 a gallon. Okay? That's what it costs you to get the oil out. All right? Now, this one. If you turn this one on, it's a little deeper. You're going to hire your second best employee. Right out of all those thousands of people you interviewed, you're going to get your second best employee. So they're not quite as good. They're a little bit smaller. Okay? Not quite as good of an employee. All right? If it's deeper and it's harder to get out and it's not as good an employee, how much do you think each gallon of gas will cost to get out of here? $1.50, sure. Now what about this one? This oil, the oil's really deep, way down in the ground. All right? And you gotta hire him. Look at him, he's a terrible, look at him. Would you hire him for anything? Seriously, everybody look at him. He's awful. Wouldn't hire him for anything. Look how that's how bad he is. That's how small he is. All right? So here to get this one going, you got to hire this guy. Do you know how much it costs to get gas out of this oil rig? How much? $17. That's how bad he is. He shows up late. The oil's real deep in the ground. He's falling off the oil rig. I mean, it's just a mess, right? The guy's a disaster. So, now watch. Here's my puzzle to you, okay? Here's the question I'm going to ask you. I'll give you a little time to think about it, too. Let's say that the price of gas, well, first of all, let's do this. If gas was free, are you going to run any of your oil rigs? Okay, so we got that. But let's say that the price of gas is $1.25. Okay, now here's my question to you. Now don't shout it out, I want you to think about it. At $1.25 a gallon, what do? How much oil are you going to make? I want you to tell me how many gallons you think you would make of oil at $1.25. Look at your oil rigs, figure it out. Take about 15 seconds, come up with an answer. If the price at the mobile gas station is $1.25, okay, how many gallons of gas are you going to choose to make? What are you going to do here? Anyone have a guess?
Nope.
What do you got?
Wouldn't it just be $1,000?
Why?
You would turn off 3 and 2.
You would not run these. Alright? At $1.25, okay, you make a profit on every single one, right? It costs you $1. So you're going to turn this on, and you're going to let this guy work, and you're going to make 1,000 gallons. Alright? But at $1.25, you don't turn this one on, how much does each gallon cost you?
$1.50.
$1.50. So you'd lose money. Don't do that. But what if the gas prices went up to $2 a gallon?
You would turn on 2 and 1.
You turn that one on, right? You'll turn this one on and turn this one on. So that means you're going to make 2,000 gallons. Right? Here's our curve. What if gas prices go up to $25 a gallon?
Oh my God.
All right?
I'll walk home.
Not your job. You might quit driving. All right? But at $25 a gallon, we'll even hire that guy. Right? I mean, I told you he's terrible, right? And it costs $17 a gallon to get oil out of here. But at $25 a gallon, I can afford to hire this guy now. Even despite it takes lunch at 10 o'clock, he shows up late. I told you he fell off the oil rig. It'd be terrible. So you'd even hire this guy. All right? So you'd make another 1,000 gallons. Right? There's your supply curve. All right? So the law of supply says as the price goes up, the quantity supplied goes up. People are willing and able to make more. And the flip side is also true. If all of a sudden gas prices drop to $15 a gallon, you know what? We got to shut down this oil rig. Sorry, man, I'm laying you off. You're fired. I got to get rid of you because I can't afford to run this one. So as the price goes down, the quantity supplied goes down. All right? Does that kind of help understand why the supply curve goes that direction? All right? Let's answer a couple more questions real quick to see how you do. Let's jump down to number 4, though. All right? Take number 4, write it on the whiteboard for me, please. All right? Your answer for number 4. When the price of a product goes down, what happens? A, B, C, or D? Put it down, please. And let's see it. All right, we're pretty much stuck between A's and B's. All right, let's talk through it. A's and B's. If the price goes down, do existing producers expand and new producers enter the market?
Yes.
As the price goes down, what did we do? We had to fire this guy, didn't we? And the price goes down further, we got to fire this person. If the price was 75 cents a gallon, would you run this oil rig?
No.
Nope. So you're decreasing your production. You shut your doors. All right? So that's not what's happening. Existing producers don't expand. They don't turn more oil rigs on when the price goes down. So that's not it. Do some producers produce less and others will drop out of the market?
Yep.
That's what you're looking at. All right? So the correct answer is B. All right? Producers are going to produce less. That's our law of supply. All right? Let's go back up to question 2. Question 2, I'm just going to give you, because we've already gone over that quite a few times. The price of home computers rises. According to the law of supply, manufacturers respond to this price increase by increasing computer production. A lot of you will put decreasing computer production, but just like the oil rigs, when the price goes up, we'll hire him. We'll make more oil, or we'll hire him to make more computers. When the price goes up, that high price offsets all the other costs of making more stuff. All right? So this one, the last one I want to go over, it's kind of tough. Which of these events would indicate movement along a supply curve for batteries? Put that on your whiteboard. Let me check where you are. Which of those events would indicate movement along a supply curve for batteries? Good. Most of you are C. All right. Let's show you that real quick. The question was, which of these events moving along the supply curve? If C is the correct answer, we're talking about battery manufacturers raise the price of a package of AA batteries from $350 to $395. So what are we doing? We're going from $350 to $395. Look at it on our curve. From $350 to $395, what have we done? We've moved on the curve. Okay? Which of these events indicate movement along the supply curve? Moving here. Alright, moves you on the curve. Alright, questions on that? Okay, that's our review for supply. Now we're going to do something a little different.
Okay.